have to add me to stage no matter what to get audio. So again, thank you for that. We're getting some learnings on the double live situation. So okay, back to the presentation over here. All right, this is the presentation itself. Let's go ahead and go full screen. There we go. In part one, guys, we covered how to generate some really powerful ebooks like this, right? Similar to this. Doesn't have to be an ebook, could be a guide, a strategy guide, whatever. It can be a presentation like we're doing now, or it can be a physical thing that you can actually print or deliver to them, or do a video like we're doing now. So part one was about how to generate these things so quick. In part two, we're going to talk about how to polish them, how to make sure it sounds like you. It doesn't sound like ChatGPT. Make sure that it starts with something powerful to get their attention so they get through the rest of your guide. And also, finally, how to make sure it ends in a way that connects to your funnel, right? If you don't want people to get the next guide, right? You probably don't want that. They've already gotten a guide. So what you want them to do is maybe book a time, maybe make a purchase, maybe a direct call. So that's how we're going to take a look at this and making sure that the resource fully connects to your funnel by your own language, in your own voice, because we can, get lost very easily in the AI stuff. So, or if you're not reviewing it yourself, hey, this sounds good, looks good, and we put it out much too quickly. So anyways, let's go to slide number 2. The first thing I'm going to advise, guys, is actually adding that human step. So when you add your specific things to the prompt, again, this was covered in step 1. What is the thing you're trying to train on? Who are you? I'll cover this. Is sort of reiterated here, where you can copy and paste your Dubb profile, making it so much faster and easier. But the idea is you want your prompt to sound like you. So whether you're using Dubb's Auto or you're using ChatGPT or Grok or whatever, it doesn't matter. You have the ability to say it. Here's some of my sample writing, right? Here's what I sound like. Here's my tonality. That's one option. So you can provide it that. Or you can use the profile on Dubb and it automatically will include that stuff. You can select the tonality. So there's the Dubb way, or there's any way you prefer. That's one way to get it out of the prompt. The other way, guys, is to just review it with your eyeballs. I've done this with a couple clients now in reviewing their top of funnel strategies. And we went through the AI pass. And then when we put it to the sniff test and put our eyes on it, we saw, hey, that actually doesn't sound like me. That's not actually something I would say. That's kind of a extravagant or just crazy claim. And so do check that, right? If you're like, no, I love bold claims. I'm all big on irresistible offers, right? Great. Maybe it'll do that for you. Maybe it's too soft. My point is, those you'll want to do that human pass. And guys, we're getting lazier than ever to do that human pass. So if you're still like, hey, I'm doing the AI pass on the AI pass, right? You would tell it something like this, right? Before finalizing this, review it as if you were me, right? Pass over it as you were me, but you would have had to have already provided your tonality, your personality. And I'll show you an easy way to do that with Dubb as well. The last one here is optional. You can say, rewrite this to sound like how I would write it. But again, you have to provide it your own written or spoken word so it understands how you are speaking in order for it to really sound like you. So, okay, that's step number 1. Definitely always do the human revision. I get people are in a hurry, so we want to use AI for everything, but do a human pass, especially if it's some resource like this that is going to be the top of your business, right? That's like the front of your store. So it's certainly worthwhile. The way that I was going to show to make this easier, guys, I promised I would, is just like this here. Let me move this guy down a little bit. 1 second. One of the ways to do that is right inside of Dubb with our writer, we have these tools called the profile, right? Where it understands your name, your company, your profession, your audience, your experience, your unique value proposition, what you want people to do, your funnel, right? All this is in one. And I can literally just copy and paste this and throw that into my Gamma prompt, right? That's what we're talking about right now with this other presentation. So this is part of it. This is the screenshot I'm going to provide. This is your profile within Dubb that you set up just one time so that your writing and your script writing and all that stuff is so much more specific and easier to generate. You take this profile, literally copy it with your keyboard, and then that's what we're moving over here. So copy and paste your Dubb profile because it already sounds like you. It already knows who you'll help. It already knows everything about what you're trying to say. And then that is what you're going to paste into the actual prompt that's going into your ebook generation. So that is step 2 on how to make that thing easier. The other really important thing here, tell your guide, tell your ebook, your strategy guide, the thing that you're creating, you need to tell it how to open, guys, because if you don't, just like our writing method, just like Auto, it adds the proprietary have method, right? Open with a hook, get their attention with authority. You need to do that because people's attention spans are so short. And if your ebook starts with something boring or flat or not a topic that someone wants to read or know about, they're going to not proceed, right? So your guide, your physical, your presentation, your pitch deck, these are all can be recycled, right? It's the same type of resource that you can leverage here. It's all the same, just repurposed a little bit differently. I'm not saying they're exactly the same, so don't come at me. There's of course clear differences between a pitch deck and a PowerPoint presentation that you're going to do a live video on, but the structure and the framework is the same. They need clear guidance. They need a awesome hook to get their attention. Why are they going to want to pay attention to the rest of this video or read this book or proceed through the slides? Making sure that you're adding that and making sure that that hook and stuff is very specific to you, your business, your value proposition. That's what this piece is about. So this is adding it into the prompt that's going into your ebook generation. And this is part 2 of the same video. They're going to be right next to each other. So don't worry. If you missed the first part, come check it out. All right. Here's the end. At the end of the guide, never let the guide decide how to end your thing. You need to tell them what to do, right? It's going to do something weird like this. Call to guide, right? That's not, it's going to come up with something funky. Don't do that. And instead, you'll want it to say, book the time in my calendar. Get in touch with Darius. Visit dubb.com. Call the phone number. That you need to make sure you're providing to the prompt in your ebook in your guide, in your presentation, whatever, because otherwise you're just going to have to come manually revise this step, and you don't have to. You can include that in the prompt so that the whole funnel makes sense, right? It's connecting to your funnel, which your funnel could be anything. It could be the calendar, website, phone call, text message, right? Follow my YouTube channel, any of those things. It all depends on your unique business. So making sure that the guide, the ebook, the whatever you're generating automatically connects to your funnel is a really important part of this process, right? It takes you 2 extra seconds in a prompt to avoid 10 or 15 minutes of touch up and images and all that stuff. So don't let the AI end the funnel for you. It doesn't know your funnel unless you were very explicit with that in the beginning. Okay. Next, this is the same. This is the continuation of that, right? You need to match the CTA, the last part of the funnel, to your funnel. Is it book? Is it watch? This is exactly what you might say in the prompt itself, right? The call to action should align with this goal, my goal. And if you copy and pasted your AI Dubb profile, it already knows all that stuff. So you don't have to re-add this. You just copy and paste and that part's done. So just make sure that your CTA is matching. And guys, the only reason I'm bringing this up again is I've seen a lot of resources out there that they don't connect directly. The funnel isn't perfectly integrated into these resources. Maybe the resource was old, right? Or maybe the funnel changed, but making sure that stuff is all connected is what this whole presentation has been about. To wrap it up, guys, this is the exact prompt structure we need to use, right? Topic and audience. Your Dubb profile, this is optional, but that includes your topic and audience, your hook, your instruction, your CTA, the funnel alignment. So number 3 technically includes 1, 4, 5, and 6, all in one step. So you can add those things manually here into your own prompt, or you can copy and paste your Dubb profile that you've generated. What the Dubb profile doesn't overcome is that human revision. We talked about that. Either adding it into your prompt if you're filling extra, AI, but I'm going to recommend after you've generated, right? This is all to make the prompt before it goes into Gamma for a presentation. So before you put it into Gamma for the presentation part, that's where we're doing the human revision. Use your eyeballs, look at the text, look at what it's talking about, making sure that all connects in the way that you want it to, because otherwise we're wasting our credits in Gamma or wasting our time revising things in the actual presentation when we could have, streamlined it and got it all out of the prompt. So anyways, guys, this is part 2. We're wrapping up on how to now polish your top of funnel resources, be it presentations like this, ebooks, strategy guides. We need to make sure that those things have awesome hooks in the beginning. We need to make sure that they're in your tone, your language, right? The way that you would speak, the things that you would want. And then lastly, connecting directly to your funnel. Maybe it's a QR code that scans to a Dubb video page. Maybe it's a form from Dubb, or maybe it's any other funnel connector that you would possibly want. Call me, book me, visit the site, etc. So making sure that's all part and it's all connected. And if you guys ever need support in generating resources like this, connecting them to your funnel, testing them, optimizing them, that's exactly what these founder sessions are about. So register, come in, submit an open mic, a suggested topic, and I got you covered, guys. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. And that'll be the end of our stream. Good.